Hi, Pat Gillis here, and I thought I'd talk a little bit about arena footing. I seem to talk about this every couple of years, as you've probably noticed. The one year we got flooded out and we had to replace a whole bunch of sand. Another year we ended up getting too much sand and putting in, it got too deep. After it got too deep, we took too much out, so by this fall, we looked at it all and thought, now it's too low and we have to get more sand, which is really crazy when you think about it. At any rate, so this time though, we've added to the sand, we made sure the sand was good and wet, and we've added magnesium chloride. We're really hoping this is going to solve our dust problem, because we do have a dust problem every single year, and you can only get so many hours of your life back where you stand out in an arena with a hose just wetting everything down. So we're hoping to avoid doing that going forward, because that's been crazy. So I don't know if any of you guys, I'd love to hear in the comments how you guys deal, if you have an indoor arena, how you deal with footing issues. Like, I know that once we've had a couple of lessons in here tonight, there's quite a rut in the track. Now we rake that quite often, because I was also told if you harrow too often, you start to break the sand down and then it gets dustier just because the particles are smaller. But so we rake it by hand all the time, but even that, like, it doesn't matter. Like, once you've raked it, if we have one more lesson, we're almost right back to the same thing again of a big rut in the track. So I would love to know if any of you in the comments have had an experience with this or know how to resolve it. We're just using brick sand. We did check the base. There is no rut in the base, so it really is, the problem does seem to be just as the horses travel, the sand goes out. I guess it's partly, being in a riding school, there's a little bit more of kind of a going around more often than you maybe would be if you were riding your own horse or just one horse in a lesson. We'll have 5 to 6 riders in here at a given time riding around, and before you know it, like I say, we get that big rut. I don't know. It's ongoing. It's an ongoing battle. Every time I go to other facilities and I see their footing, I'm so jealous. I go, oh my God, how do you get that? Usually the answer, by the way, is like we spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on the footing, which is, I've never gotten an answer yet that I can afford. At any rate, but I got thinking to myself the other day, boy, I spent a lot of time complaining about the footing in my indoor arena. And I remember back when I first started, I didn't have an indoor arena. I used to teach at the University of Toronto Riding School, and it had no indoor facilities, and I live in Canada. And so it was pretty darn cold in the winter time teaching outside in the blowing snow and stuff like that. So every time I get whining about my indoor arena, I remind myself that I should be thankful. I'm blessed to have an indoor arena, because it wasn't like that at the beginning. And speaking of beginning, if you are a beginner horse lover, I would love to invite you to a webinar that we've put together. It's a beginner's guide for horse lovers, and it might give you some information that'll get you on your way or start you on the journey correctly. So you can just click the link. I think it's down below here, and you can sign up for it, or at least sign up for the waiting list, and we'll get you in as soon as we can. Okay, so that is it for this week. Again, sorry we've been missing in action, but this has been our obsession, is getting this arena sorted out. So I think we got it now. So remember to thank your horse, and we will talk to you next time. Cheers.